Kevin De Bruyne has announced that he will leave Manchester City this summer, and I actually think it's quite a sad day for the Premier League because this guy has been one of the best players in the country for so many years. And for me, with his outgoing, he goes down as one of the, if not the best midfielder in Premier League history. But with his outgoing, I think it's almost guaranteed we're going to see a huge signing coming to the Etihad this summer in an attempt to try and fill Kevin De Bruyne's boots. And I think I've found the perfect player for Manchester City. But before we get into who that is, I want to say one thing. Weirdly, I don't want this signing to happen. I will come back to that later. The moment you've all been waiting for. Florian Wirtz is a must-buy for Manchester City this summer. But why? And who is Florian Wirtz? Florian Wirtz was born May 3rd, 2003 in Langenfeld, Germany. His footballing journey began at a very young age when he joined the local club SV Grün-Weiß Langenfeld, a small club in his hometown. Florian's talent was evident early on, and he quickly moved through the ranks. At the age of 9, Wirtz joined the youth academy of FC Köln, one of the top clubs in Germany, where he spent several years honing his skills. His talent didn't go unnoticed, and soon he was regarded as one of the club's brightest prospects and most valuable assets. Wirtz's breakthrough came when he made the high-profile move to Bayer Leverkusen in 2020 at the age of just 16. But Wirtz's big break would come in 2020, where he would become Bayer Leverkusen's youngest ever debutant at the age of 17. But fast forward a couple of years later, he played a vital role in Bayer Leverkusen winning their first ever Bundesliga title, all while going unbeaten. And he is now regarded as one of the best young players on the planet. So now we know who he is, why do City need him? His technical ability is out of this world. Wirtz has exceptional ball control, dribbling skills, and vision, which allow him to operate smoothly in tight spaces. And his first touch and ability to control passes are top notch. Even at a young age, Wirtz showed great maturity in his decision making. He is rarely rushed and can remain calm under pressure, which is crucial in high stakes moments. But to me, one of his biggest qualities is his versatility. Wirtz can play in a variety of attacking positions, whether that's as an attacking midfielder, a central midfielder, or even out wide. His versatility makes him a key player both for club and country. And a perfect example of this is I watched the stalemate between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich just earlier this season, and Xabi Alonso had two recognised strikers on the bench in Victor Boniface and Patrick Schick, but he decided to play Florian Wirtz up front. And let me tell you, he looked the most likely to score and he was the most dangerous player on the pitch. It doesn't matter what is asked of him or when it is asked, he will do whatever he is told to the best of his ability, and I think it shows how strong his work ethic is and his elite mentality, which is very important to him because here's a fun fact. Growing up, he didn't have a mobile phone till he was 12 and there was no television in the house, and that was so he would go out and exercise and play football, and that is where his discipline and work ethic comes from. Now I'm going to say something pretty controversial here. I think Wirtz gets overlooked quite a lot just for the fact that him and Musiala are around the same age, they play in the same league, they're both German, but Musiala seems to get a lot of hype, and I don't know if that's because he plays for Bayern Munich, but Florian Wirtz gets overlooked so much, and as someone that's watched him quite a lot in the Bundesliga for the German national team, he is incredible to watch. And I'm not just saying this out of bias, he is one of the best players in the world. He's a joy to watch, he's easy on the eye, and he gets you off your seat, and he's that kind of player. So why do I not want him to go to Manchester City? To be honest, I think a club where he would be the man, the star man, would suit Florian Wirtz much more, where he would be able to showcase his talent and flair much more than being robotic and stuck in Pep's system. But on the other hand, I would love to see him in the Premier League, and if that's with Manchester City, then so be it. And why Manchester City need him so desperately? They need someone that's going to come in and make an instant impact if they're wanting to be challenging for trophies next season, and I can't see many players in the world that are young enough that are going to fit the profile to slot straight into that team and make an instant impact. And like I just said, I'd like to see him in a team where he was allowed to express his flair, his talent, and show his attacking IQ, because he's phenomenal. And I just don't think in Pep's system he would maybe be allowed to do that as much. But there are reports of multiple clubs being interested in him. Manchester City, Real Madrid, apparently Barcelona are looking at him. Whichever club he ends up at are going to be getting one of the best players in the world, one of the brightest prospects. and whoever ends up with him is one of the luckiest clubs in the world. But I would love to know where you think he'll end up. Do you think he'll go to Manchester City, or do you think he'll end up in the Premier League but not at the Blues? I'd love to know what you think. Look, if Real Madrid come knocking, there's not many people that are going to say no at the minute. You're going to be a Galactico. Look how exciting that team is, and they're just raking Champions Leagues in. I don't want to see him go to Bayern Munich just because I think him and Musiala want to be able to flourish without comparisons or being holding each other back. And I think it's quite a boring move when such an excellent player just moves to Bayern. But maybe he'll want to be a Bayern legend, and that'll help him in the German national team. So let me know down in the comments, where do you think Florian Wirtz will end up? And while you're down there, smash that subscribe button. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you very much for watching, and as ever, I will catch you in the next video.